This is James Lupton, delighted to be joined with Ray Mancini on Zoom today. Ray, how are you?
Very good. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. Thank you for joining me. I know you've got a very busy and hectic schedule whilst you're here in the UK. How's it been?
It's been wonderful. It's always a great trip when I come here, for Scott. And I get to see everybody, and it's a wonderful. It treats me well, and it's you do the tour. You go up to start in London, you go to Birmingham, Cannock, and come back down. So it's always, I enjoy seeing everybody. I haven't seen for a year, so catch up with everybody, and it's always a wonderful trip.
Absolutely. So let's go back to Thursday night. One of the main reasons you came over, you mentioned the Excelsior Show. Had a show on in Cannock, and you was there hosting. How did that go?
It went wonderful. Let me tell you, the Scott and his Excelsior production company, promotional company, is going to be the next big thing in the UK. They do it the right way. I haven't been to a event like that in a long time. They have very few of those type of events in the United States anymore. Black tie, 5-6 course dinner, and then the fights. Of course, you gotta have entertaining fights, and these fights were, and that's the thing. You got guys really putting on a show in front of usually the non-typical boxing crowd, or it looks like the non-typical boxing. They're putting in a black tie, but it was a wonderful event, great fights, and if you give people good entertainment, they'll want to come back and see it again. And that's what Scott did. And that's the job for promoters, just to put on good fights, evenly matched fights, and he did. So, and he's got a couple new. I think he's got a couple new draws up in that area. Niall, what's that? Niall Farrell.
Yep.
Can fight very well.
And Niall Berry.
Niall Berry's another one. And of course, you have Sam Eggleston, who's the local favorite. Put on a wonderful fight. Again, Scott's got the right attractions, the right event, the right ambiance. It was just a wonderful event all around.
You mentioned an entertaining night of entertaining fights. Excuse me. Sam Eggleston is certainly an entertaining fighter, but this is just the first show. Just how good and how much can this grow?
Well, they always say, like in America, you don't know how big it can get because you're just starting out, right? But you do know how low it can get is if you crash and burn the first fight. So I think that the ceiling's the limit. You go as high as you want to. It's how big you want to get, how extravagant you want to get. But I think Scott did it the right way. Again, keep it very, very classy, elegant, and that's the word you don't use with boxing anymore. Elegance. It's not a word used, but it was a very elegant event. And again, it's wonderful to see everyone in black tie and eating and socializing, and then you see the fights. It's just really a throwback to yesteryear and a much better time in boxing for me.
Fantastic. I want to talk about a few fights that are coming up. First of all, one that's not going to be happening. And obviously, you've been in boxing a long, long time, Ray. You know what it's like behind the scenes, politics, contracts, etc. A big fight has collapsed in Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Just how frustrating is that from a fighter's point of view for a fight of that magnitude to fall through?
Well, it just goes to show you. Look, if you want it to happen, it would happen. Let me tell you something. I'm listening, and I'm not going to put all the blame on one fight or the other. Tyson Fury come up with these demands. From my understanding, Usyk said, fine. He had one, so the rematch, so the whole thing was about a rematch clause. If you think you're going to win, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and if I beat you, I'll beat you again. The point I'm trying to say, it could be made. These fights can be made. I think you've got one guy now who's just trying to flex, look, Tyson Fury is a good draw. He's good for boxing because he's a good draw. To me, he's not my flavor, but that's okay. That's okay. I enjoy him. I think he's good for boxing. But if you want to make the best fights, if you're really a boxing guy, if you're really a true fighter, you want to make the best fights possible. And the promoters want to make the best fights possible. So Usyk took 30, 70-30. Okay, next time, If I beat you, we flip it around. I take 7, you take whatever it is. You know what I mean? Change it 50-50. But how hard is that to understand? It's not rocket science. See, but people's egos get away. I've always said this. Ego has been the biggest part of my success, and it's the biggest part of my failures. Ego will give you your ass kicked in life and love. And this is business, so it's all part of that, right? That's part of life. If you don't, why you let your ego get involved? It's the same thing would happen with another big fight. I'm going to segue to another big fight that should have happened 3 years ago. It hasn't in America, between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Now it's past its expiration date. Would I watch it? Yeah, probably. Does it have the same excitement? No. And at this point, I don't know too many who care. Because, you have one fighter, at first it must be 50-50, and then one fighter starts saying, after I'm going to make 60, I got to at least make 60 or 70%. I mean, that's just stupidity. See, back in the day when I was fighting, when Ray Leonard fought Tommy Hearns, they talked to each other. You want to fight? Yeah, let's do it. They both called Bob, said, Bob, make the fight. Great, 50-50. Great. We all make a lot of money. How stupid are you going to be? But fighters aren't the most smartest guys in the world. We aren't the smartest guys in the world. We know that. But, I mean, that's just plain stupidity. So, and now it's an ego thing. And so what happens is egos get involved and it kills the event. So, like Spence Crawford hasn't happened. And if it does happen, who cares? Usyk and Fury probably won't happen. If it does, it may be another year or so. It's just about time to man up and say, yeah, I want to beat this guy. Usyk said it. I'll give him 70%. Just to rematch, because if something happens, we'll do it again. I don't know. To me, it's just too many variables anymore. Everyone's got an ego involved, and you should just make the best fights possible. And you're both going to make a ton of money. So what difference does it make?
You mentioned the expiry date running out on a fight, letting the fights go on too long before it's made.
Yeah.
We see this a little while back with Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. That went far too late. But they still made a lot of money, maybe 5 years too late. Do you think that's the reason why people still hold out now?
I think maybe it's possible. I think maybe that's what Errol Spence and Crawford are thinking. I don't know. I think it's more Spence right now that's holding it up than Crawford, to be honest with you. But you know what? That's a once in a lifetime thing. They think that Manny Pacquiao and you're going to be Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather down the road. I don't think. Scott's battery's going down. So I think. Look, I think. Let's put it. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao was I think a once in a lifetime thing that people waited. I don't think they're going to wait anymore for the big fights. And if they do, they won't pay for them like they would. You can't demand the same price because it's past that expiration date, right? You don't want to pay the same price. You're going to pay a discounted price. So to me, to answer your question, yeah. A lot of guys think that's going to be the case. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of them do. But a lot of them, that again, fighters are delusional. We all think we're something we're not. So,
just finally, last question before we lose the battery. UFC was lightweight world champion. Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia come up very soon. A brilliant fight in its own right at the lightweight division. How do you see that going?
I think Tank Davis punches holes through him. Ryan Garcia, I've seen a bit. Ryan Garcia is basic. He's nothing. He's got fast hands. You know how you negate quickness, speed, pressure. Now, Tank's not a pressure fighter from the jump. He starts putting the pressure on later. So what Garcia's going to go on, Tank's a slow starter. So they figure to jump on Tank early, hit him. His power, speed can catch Tank early. Because I think they know if it goes past 4 or 5 rounds, Ryan Garcia is going to be taken into deep waters. Let me tell you something. Tank Davis is a terrific fighter, terrific puncher. I think he punches holes through Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is basic. I saw one time when he fought the young man from England who dropped him. Luke Campbell. He got to beat Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell was already 1 foot in the grave anyway. So as far as boxing, Ryan Garcia's fast. Okay. So what? There's a lot of fast guys. He's basic. He's just basic. So I think Tank Davis will walk through him. I guess the later half of the fight, in the second half of the fight, but I think he starts punching holes through him. And I don't think this kid's ready for Tank's power.
Fantastic. Well, Ray, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining today.
Pleasure. Thank you. Thank you very much.